Welcome to Icons. Now, do you see why it's so important for you to know your inalienable rights, your human rights? Do you see why it's so important to get control over your employees? They're trying to make elections irrelevant. If they can do this, they can do it all the time. And they've been doing it for a very long time. But either this PA Attorney General is incredibly stupid, or he was made to tweet out what he tweeted. When he tweeted out that if all the votes are added up, this was 2 days ago, he tweeted this out. If all the votes are added up, Trump will lose Pennsylvania. And he knows it. He's 0-6 or some crap. This was after the state Supreme Court had approved the extended voting days. They were planning this because they knew that it would come down and Joe would need Pennsylvania after all the other shenanigans went around. So either two scenarios. The Patriots made him do this, made him tweet it out so that this is cut and dry, something that the Trump administration can point at to say voter fraud was going on. Because how the hell does an attorney general who's supposed to represent all the people be so partisan against one candidate and actually make a statement like he knows already that they were going to steal the vote? And what did he just came out to say this morning? There's over 1 million votes out there to be counted. Trump is up by 700,000. So miraculously, all these votes that's going to come in, they got room to play with. They got an extra 300,000 to play with. They know they can't just give it all to the Democrats because every mail-in vote ain't going to be for the Democrats. So they got to have a little room to play. This is how they work it out. People, get ready. They're stealing our country from us. You should ask yourself why.
If there's an attempt to steal, that attempt to steal, I think Andy's going to be in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Jay. Your analysis on that is absolutely correct.
They've already mucked with it by moving dates that the legislature didn't authorize and the state Supreme Court said you could.
I think that's the state ultimately to watch where the mischief might occur. And I think we need to be vigilant as we are. Our lawyers are ready. We're looking at that. We're poised. We have our analysis. We have our strategy. We have the things that we're going to do.
Here's how you trace it.
The 8 o'clock
Let's see what comes in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Or today. Monday and Tuesday. How many mail-in ballots did they receive?
Right.
You know,
They
because
should receive more today than tomorrow.
Yes, right. Should be, let's see. Yeah, okay. So Pennsylvania's been saying now for 5 days, don't mail it in.
Right. They're telling you don't.
Put it in the Dropbox, come in and do it in person, okay? Put your ballot in person.
They think some will come in election day and be postmarked in time, so we need a couple days to count those.
Okay, fine. So, but now they extended the time period for 3 days. So let's say the last day of election day,
the whole state
Tuesday, the whole state of Pennsylvania, there's, 40,000 come in. 20,000. It's probably more like 10,000. But,
yeah.
Okay. But what do you do then if on Wednesday there are 65,000 or 70,000?
Right.
Well, then you say someone's making this stuff up.
If it seems a little bit strange that Pennsylvania is not called, it's for this reason, really a twofold reason. One, there's not a path for Joe Biden without Pennsylvania. It is literally the Keystone State for him. I know that's the state's motto. It's the Keystone State for him as well. But the second point is the one you just made, Jay. There has to be a population center of enough votes where there can be a credible case made that they were coming in late. Now, look, the scenario and the numbers that you just put to Jordan, those aren't credible. But Jay, it doesn't mean that wouldn't be the case that would be made, and it would be the state in which they would have the best chance of making it. So I agree with you. I don't think Pennsylvania is likely to be called tomorrow night.
This is from the Pennsylvania Attorney General. I'm about to respond to him on Twitter because he's the Attorney General of Pennsylvania, right? So he's going to be the Attorney General for everybody.
Right.
And he is a Democrat, but he said if all the votes are added up in Pennsylvania, Trump is going to lose. Well, he didn't lose last time.
Whoa. This is from the sitting Attorney General of Pennsylvania?
Yeah. If all the votes are added up in Pennsylvania, Trump's going to lose.
How does he know that?
Well,
maybe because he's going to fix it.
That's why he's working overtime to subtract as many votes as possible from this process. Then he said he's 0-6 against us in court. We've protected voting rights.
The key question is, how does he know it? In other words, the real question...
70,000 ballots ready to go.
That may be the case. And maybe, like Peter Strzok before him, he has an insurance policy created within the internal Pennsylvania government.
I'm now saying to you, the Attorney General of Pennsylvania, you're probably committing or about to engage in a crime because you're saying that Donald Trump can't win in a state that he won 4 years ago.
Specific as to what the man
That's
said.
what he said.
If all the votes are added up in Pennsylvania, Trump is going to lose.
And this is the state AG.
Well, this is what I'm telling you.
And if the state AG is supposed to represent the entire state, Republican and Democrat,
Right.
and he's making partisan statements like this the day before an election, he should resign.
Free and fair elections are absolutely essential for the preservation of our republic, but free and fair elections are not automatic. It's not written in the stars. It doesn't just happen. It falls to the duty of elected officials like Josh Shapiro to defend them and to stand for them over all candidates. I just can't tell you how much it bothers me for a sitting official with the primary duty of ensuring a free and fair election to do this in advance. He ought to be called out. And Jay, you're right. I mean, if this goes to litigation on Wednesday or Thursday, does this sound like someone who would be responsible for advocating for it?
How do you know that? Except that you have already worked it out, Mayor Daley, so that it's going to come out the way you want to. That's what it is. This is Chicago in 1960. It's just now been transferred to Pennsylvania in 2020.
I don't want this to have to be a legally fought out election.
Nobody does.
Josh Shapiro might, the AG, so he gets some kind of notoriety. But the truth is, anybody who cares about the country, you want this election to be cited on election night. We're going to be on tomorrow night on places like Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and aclj.org.
Okay. You guys get it. I just wanted to replay that to remind you that this election looked like a scam from the very beginning. They announced that Joe Biden was going to be their candidate. The man hardly left his basement. They didn't run a normal campaign. They always act like it was in the bag. So if they did it in Pennsylvania, they did it all over America. The Democrat Party is a crime syndicate. And if you call yourself a Democrat, let me just stop with this Democrat Republican crap. If you call yourself an American, you should not want this to be happening in your country. And ignorance is not going to be your excuse no more. No one can be that stupid to vote for what these people were selling you. It's really crazy that this is happening in America. This is like a fourth world, not third, a fourth world country, fifth, where a sitting official can tell you what they're going to do and then go do it, and we allow it. We the people. When is we the people going to be relevant? I'm just going to watch and see. Peace, love, truth, and prosperity. Time to wake up, America. Let's just hope that the Patriots has got this covered. If not, it looks like we're going to lose the only country in the history of humanity, to a bunch of criminals who want to turn it into their piggy bank and make you all nothing but abject slaves, more than what they have done in the past 200 years.